Hi everyone, this is Mommy. I'm your host for Rendezvous Live. In Rendezvous Live today, we had a meeting with Dr. Mutisya Emmanuel from the African Development Bank. Rim had a dinner interview at Major Kinenka in Tokyo just the day before his departure for Nairobi. We will discuss over an upcoming first edition of Nairobi's Sustainable Blue Economy Conference from November 26 to 28, 2018. For 3 days, experts, economists, and representatives of the African diaspora will converge in the Kenyan capital. Custom solutions for the sustainable blue economy. This first edition will gather more than 6,729 participants from 150 countries, and more than 200 panelists will join. Many side events are also on the program. Now let's watch.
Hello, Dr. Emmanuel Mutisya. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing fine, thank you.
It's a pleasure for the magazine to meet you in Asia for a second time here in Tokyo.
It's a pleasure too.
And we're just before Nairobi's first Sustainable Blue Economy Conference. Where are you with the preparations?
Well, let me first start by saying that this Blue Economy Conference is a special opportunity for Kenya, for Africa and the world to showcase the possibilities and opportunities that the blue economies in different parts of the world have, and especially for Africa, where blue economy has not been harnessed to the levels that we would want it to be. Now, the preparations have gone so well. We are now 2 weeks just before the conference, and the government of Kenya, which is the lead host of the conference, has done what must be done to make sure that the event is very successful. Kenya is working with other co-host governments, including the government of Canada. We do have, of course, the government of Japan. We have the government of Portugal, because Portugal is going to all host the 2020 Ocean Conference, which is actually the next big conference that we will report the outcomes of this conference in. So the preparations are going very well. Other stakeholders were involved, including international organizations like the United Nations. Stakeholders who are organizing side events have gone to a level where we can say that we are ready to host a very successful Blue Economy Conference.
Speaking of people present, participants, and stakeholders, there are several stakeholders who are critical for ensuring that blue economy resources are harnessed sustainably. And one of the key stakeholders is the global diaspora. So the government of Kenya, together with the National Diaspora Council of Kenya, the International Organization of Migration, the University of Nairobi, and United States International University in Africa, are organizing a high-level diaspora forum as part of this conference. So what role do you see the diaspora playing in promoting sustainable blue economy development?
Let me start by saying the following. One, the diaspora is a critical group in not only tapping into the blue economy resources for development, but also the general national and development international solidarity. The diaspora is a group of people that have gone across the planet and that has gained experience, that has seen different kinds of practices, and which, if we bring them together, can end up promoting peace, can end up building bonds across and between nations and different groups from within the globe. This diaspora side event, which we call the Blue Economy Diaspora Forum, will focus on the role of the diaspora in contributing to national development and international solidarity through the blue economy resource sort of development. The University of Nairobi, the United States University in Africa, and certainly, I mean, IOM, that is the National Organization of Migrants, the government of Kenya, the National Diaspora Council of Kenya, have put their efforts together in bringing global diaspora to come and share and exchange ideas on the role the diaspora can play in harnessing the potentials within the blue economy.
Okay.
We are bringing these different diaspora from various fields so that we can all learn from one another and discuss, share and exchange the different ways in which we can all be involved in harnessing these potentials for international solidarity definitely, but also for national development. I personally believe, as one of the diaspora, that this is a special opportunity to start bringing the diaspora together and making sure that they are involved in national development and global development as well. So at the end, I really see this as a special opportunity that will add value to the successes of the bigger global conference that Nairobi is hosting.
Okay, so on the other hand, what should be the takeaways by the participants in the Diaspora Forum in connection to sustainable blue economy development?
Well, I'm looking at this from 3 areas. One, when you bring people together, you learn from one another. So the side event is going to promote one-to-one learning from the ideas, the knowledge, the skills, the presentations that will take place during the event itself. Number two, there is networking. And that is part of the program that the co-organizers have developed. Now, these conducts and networks are important in building partnerships and leveraging the working of together or togetherness in making sure that we all work as a team for impact in ensuring that we as citizens tap the global blue economy resources sustainably. And three is the solidarity. When you come together, you build bonds. So I expect at the end of the conference that those participants who will sit together during the Diaspora side event will build bonds. And these bonds will lead to the solidarity that the globe is looking forward to. And that, of course, will promote prosperity. It's going to lead to peace, which are two important components that we need for a sustainable planet.
Nairobi hosts several major international summits, and one of the most important of which was the TCAD 6 summit in 2015. So what is the reason for this Kenyan attractiveness?
Well, I love that question. You know, since 2015, Nairobi has organized some of the leading global conferences. 2015, we had a WTO high-level meeting in Nairobi in December. 2016, we had several meetings and conferences, but the main one was the Tokyo International Conference on African Development Summit. That was the 6th one.
Wow.
But the first one to be held in Africa, of course, in Nairobi. Now, Nairobi stands out for several reasons. One, the infrastructure. The government has put in place quality infrastructure that is attractive and able to hold or host international conferences. So we have the capacity to host these conferences. And this is one reason why we are selected by organizers as the hosts of these international conferences. Number two, the government, of course, has ensured that we have peace and security. Security, of course, is one of the most important components that either attracts, if it is there, attracts people, but also does not attract people if you don't have it. Now, the government of Kenya has ensured that Kenya is secure, and every person who visits the country is properly protected. As any other Kenyan, we Kenyans feel secured because our government has been very keen in ensuring that that security is ensured. So this is one of the reasons why we have people choosing Nairobi as the obvious destination for the conferences. And number three, of course, we have also the capacity in terms of human resources. Kenyans are welcoming, Kenyans are sharp and hardworking. And when we have visitors coming from all over the world, we treat them as part of our family. But at the end, I would say that Africa has grown. Because if we can host any global conference in a city like Nairobi, It tells you that those times when it used to be Europe, East Asia, or the US are long gone. And Africa should take advantage of this momentum to ensure that we continue attracting the best, the largest, and the major gatherings and meetings and summits into the continent. Because this, of course, is going to spark growth. It's going to bring in partnerships. It's going to bring in investments that will lead to socio-economic transformation.
Well, I hope Africa and Nairobi will continue to grow and prosper. Thank you very much for answering all of our questions.
Thank you.
And have a